So let me use the numerology as an example of it, which I've had somebody on the show before who's done that, and I've learned a bit about it, and I think it's super interesting, super cool. So this question comes from a genuine place of curiosity, and it ties exactly to your I think too much logic, too much maybe. I've always wondered about numerology, so I just gave you my date of birth. I've always wondered what's at the root of that, because in some ways that date of birth maybe is completely arbitrary, right? Like the way the calendar was designed, who determined that this year is one and this one's 1983 and the month
Yeah,
represents 11.
but what it really proves is nothing's arbitrary.
Well, maybe, right? Maybe that's true. So what is the, maybe just specifically on that for a second, in the spirit of numerology, how is that account, like what is believed to be at the root of that? To have
Well,
confidence
what
that those numbers are meaningful.
okay. I want to point out first, in your question, looking at the root of this and
Yep.
your struggle with it,
Yep.
okay, that is squarely defining your life lesson of vision and acceptance. Here you are again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's at the root of it is this: if everything in the universe is a vibration, then your vibration can connect to any other vibration, right? So all I care about is this. We can discuss where we come from, soul families, going to other dimensions. I can, the whole metaphysical thing. I don't care about it. You know why? All I care about is how can I help you improve your quality of life here in the physical.
But don't think
So
you need to know that root understanding of where it comes from to have
who
confidence?
cares?
It's the results. It's the
Let me
end
ask you a
result.
question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Where the hell did the button come from your iPhone that you turn it on with?
Okay. I don't.
By the way, how do phones work? Oh, a vibration. Oh my gosh. There's no strings. We aren't using Campbell soup cans anymore. Everything that you just, but who cares? What brings you discomfort in your from your life lessons? There's other things affecting your life too. By the way,
Sure.
there's a number of other things. You from a universal perspective affecting your life. That's just there, right? So the only thing is, what would it feel like if you could go from here and just go skipping into this new venture and you just know that everything's going to be great and it's just out of the park and that's the journey? How would that feel?
Great.
That's a choice on your part.
But you don't think
That's
there's faith in that? Because as you say that, right? Stepping into that other
no,
thing you
no,
said
no, no,
before,
no,
like
no, 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 no,
no.
no. Faith is a word.
But when I say faith, I don't
I,
mean like God. I mean,
no, no,
I mean
no.
I can't logically
Faith is a
explain it.
word. Faith is a word I don't allow my clients to use.
Interesting.
Because if you're watching somebody on a high wire, they're 100 feet in the air and it's 50 feet across, and they're pushing a wheelbarrow, and you're watching them and they're going across, right? You're there, you got all the faith in the world they're going to make it, okay? But trust would be riding in the wheelbarrow.
Huh.
So faith is an intellectual deception, right? It's like hope. What do you need hope for? You just make a choice and take action and watch things manifest. There are circumstances that people get into that are beyond their control, devastating things like this earthquake that just happened yesterday,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I don't know why. Who I don't know. Boom. Okay. But all I know is, how am I responding to that? And how am I responding from a place of love to everything around me in the world? And so I'm making my contribution. I'm not here to figure it all out. It doesn't matter. Everybody's focused in the physical on survival. And the biggest thing in their mind is how they can get to death safely.
Huh. That's an interesting way to put it. Yeah.
I saw, I don't know, somewhere on Facebook or, one of these placards said, yeah, I'm going to come screaming in, at 40 miles an hour with the brakes and smoke and just slide into the casket or whatever. Like, but it's true. People you're in this protective mode.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to really say, wow, how much life do I want to, and what is life? Okay. Life is not what you see in the physical. Life is what's inside you.
Well, see, I think that faith word, I want to hang on that for a second because I hear what you're saying. And I think when I think of faith, it's in the spirit of, like you touched on before, clarity, the importance of clarity, the blind spots. I take that to mean, the way I often think about that is, we shouldn't trust our own minds, which I think very much aligns to the blind spot concept, right? We don't know what we can't see. So if we just trust our mind and what we're thinking, it doesn't hold, right?
You're only regurgitating your past.
You're only regurgitating past, or maybe what somebody told you, or an outside influence, all that, right? So when you're trying to get clarity, when you're trying, like, if you can't, if you know you have blind spots, you're trying to see something that's not there. You're trying to get a clearer picture. And to me, faith is when you kind of say, to do that, you need to understand. You need to know what you're looking at. You need to see what you can't see. There's an understanding to it. Faith is, I don't have to understand it. I just believe it. That's how I think of faith. And in some ways, when you're speaking, and I could be wrong in this, I'm hearing bits of that.
So,
Like,
but faith is saying that faith is like saying, yeah, I'm going to get to heaven, right? That's like you're not taking ownership. You're not saying,
fair.
I trust this.
Yeah. And I don't understand how. Like, I don't know the mechanics of what's going to bring me to
Who
heaven.
cares?
Well, because how do I know I trust it? Back to that clarity point, right? If the
Here's
whole
how you
point is
know. You
yeah.
have your experience in life with this choice in front of you every moment, and you get to test it.
But why can I trust my experience in my mind in that moment when it feels right there, but I shouldn't trust it in other situations, right? Because maybe it's a blind spot. Maybe I'm lying to
You'll
myself.
feel the difference
You go back to the
as you
feelings, those emotions.
as you. There's only one thing in life that's true. There's only one thing. Nothing else is true.
You don't think feelings could be influenced by other factors where we feel things that maybe if we
Well, they're
really dig,
always, but
yeah,
the only thing that's true that you can count on is how you feel.
I believe
You
that.
can't you cannot count on what you see and what you perceive it to be, because there's always three things going on. There's what you think is happening, what you want to happen, and what's
What's
actually
actually
happening.
happening?